All right, well, welcome back to South Texas High School Baseball. We had the London coaches. Now we have Coach Amaya from Rivera and Coach Buendia from Taft High School. So we're continuing our Class 3A to 1A high school baseball preview. Of course, talk a little baseball, talk about their teams, talk about their districts, and, baseball conversation. South Texas, guys. And while we start every podcast, this is Marcus Zarate and I, of course, Javier Guzman. We're partners in South Texas High School Baseball. Before we get started, we're going to try to put out a website, too. Try to, make a few games. Marcus does a great job with the pictures and the video. Try to put, online where we expand a little more. Stuff like that, So we're gonna try our best to we're only two people, but we're going to try our best, right? So, but tell us a little bit about what you do for the school district, what you teach, what you coach, and so forth.
So I'm Coach Amaya from Rivera, the head football coach. I'm also the head baseball coach. I teach English 1 and English 2, and I'm the athletic coordinator for the boys.
Oh, wow. So you got a full schedule.
Small school, small town America. You do a lot for the schools. Yes, sir.
Wow. Coach?
Coach Buendia from Taft, and I coach football. I'm the special teams coordinator, and I'm the head baseball coach. I teach Spanish 1 and 2.
Nice.
At the high school and at the junior high. So
wow.
mornings in the high school, and in the afternoons I go to the junior high.
Wow, so you got a busy schedule as well. The small school, of course. Yeah, we're in here with the 5A, 4A schools yesterday. Oh, well, we teach DAP and dual credit.
and we get a baseball period.
Yeah, we get a baseball period. So they got it pretty easy compared to y'all.
And drive the bus too.
Oh, wow.
And a route if I have to.
Oh, wow. So yeah. So y'all got a full schedule. So tell us a little bit about last year. Okay, well, Marcus, your question that you bring up.
Yeah, give us where you guys are from, if you guys are from the area, and your coaching stops to get to where you are now.
Okay, so I'm from Harlingen, Texas. I'm from the Valley.
Oh, wow.
My first job was in San Diego, Texas.
Okay.
I was the assistant there. Then I spent 2 years there, and then I did 2 years at H.M. King under Mike Davila.
Oh, yeah.
So I was 2 years there, and this is my third year in Rivera.
Okay.
Nice.
Sweet.
I'm originally from Sinton, Texas. I graduated in '89. Was in the 2 state championship team from Sinton.
Wow.
Nice.
We've been talking a lot about state appearances.
Yeah. I was under Coach Kasperk,
right.
Coach Nostroza, and Coach Hastings. Those 3 guys back then, and I was also a baseball coach in Sinton back in '96.
Oh, wow.
1 year, and then 3 years as the assistant softball coach in Sinton for 3 years there. In '99, we went to the state tournament in softball. First time in Sinton, had done it back then with Wade Wilson.
Oh, wow.
Who was the TLU head coach there, and has won I think one national title or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And also with that Brenham, I think won a state championship in Brenham, things like that. So I was there '99. I got out of coaching for about 5 years. Went back in 2004 and to Taft. Was able to be there 2004, and I've been there since then. 8 years as the head softball coach there. 5 years as the assistant. I was assistant with Amaya, with Larry. Oh, not Larry. Albert Amaya,
Wow.
and Olivo, Scotty Olivo.
Yeah.
Who's at Moody now, and I've been the head baseball coach for. This is my 7th year.
Okay.
Nice. So you got you've had a long journey.
I've had some good stops, I think, and had some good coaches to
mentor on them.
for me to be the mentee, I guess, and good mentors, and so I've enjoyed the last several years, whatever it's been, 20-something years,
Yeah.
30, whatever it is.
So your first year as the head baseball coach at Taft was that 2017 or 2016?
That was 2018.
2018. Okay.
2018.
So this will be your 6th year.
This will be my 7th year.
7th year. Wow. Go.
I went to school at Skidmore, and I was there from 13 to 17. So 17 was my senior year.
Oh, okay.
So must have just missed you as head
Yeah.
coach.
Nice. So moving forward, coaches, tell us a little bit of last year. Your district. if you made the playoffs, how deep you went, what you lost. Letterman, starters. Of course, it's a new year. What do you expect this year? A little bit of your key players, your players to watch. Your outlook on your team this year. Tell us a little bit about your team.
So last year we had a very successful season. My first year there, we were 9-19. Last year we flipped that around. We were 19-9.
Wow.
So we finished second in their district. Freer came in first. They're tough. They're well coached. Coach Borden does a heck of a job with those guys. His son Peyton, he's the real deal. I mean, he puts them in situations to win. We were able to win the Best of the Bay tournament. I think we were one of the few 2As. And
that's right. Rockport was talking about about that yesterday.
We were able to somehow come out with 5 wins in a row.
Wow.
And get a win and win that championship. So that kind of it showed the kids we can play with anybody, no matter if they're 1A, 5A. We'll show up and we'll be a scrappy bunch. That's what I try to teach these guys. So just some players that I lost was I lost Jay Colson, who was my catcher. He was the district MVP, so it's going to be hard to replace him. And I lost 2 other key players, but I returned 6.
Okay.
We'll have a solid defense. We're going to pitch it well. You're going to have to find a way to manufacture runs. That's just the way the game is. Play South Texas small ball, get runners on, do some stuff, put pressure on defenses, and I feel like that's the way we'll win some games. I had the newcomer of the year, who's going to be back this year as a sophomore, Seth Gutierrez. I kind of hang my hat on him to go win us some games. He's a good pitcher. He kept us in some games. We played Refugio in the playoffs first round, and he carried a perfect game through 5, and he gave up 2 hits. Wow. And we lost the game 1-0. So it's the way the game goes. Refugio came with their stud, and I mean, it was, you want to talk about a pitcher's duel. I think we played maybe an hour and a half, 7 innings. So
we were talking about that yesterday too. A lot of these, y'all, so even y'all play quick games.
Yeah.
But also some extra inning games, but there's good pitching and defense. So.
Yeah. So we lose game 1 on a Thursday. Then we come back, or on a Friday, and then we come back on Saturday. We get the win. Game 2, my pitcher Edve Ramos, who's going to be a senior this year, he threw a fantastic gem as well. We win 7-0. I think he threw 72 pitches for a complete game, 72 pitches. And then game 3, I mean, they got to us early. We were 5-0 in the first inning. We fought back, but we lost the game 5-3. So. We learned from our mistakes and
that was what round?
That was first round. First round,
okay,
yeah.
Okay.
So you kind of learn from it, and you see what you got to do different, what you got to do to take that next step to get to that second round. So hopefully we do those things and we get past that first round and see what we can do from there.
So district-wise, you got Freer, like you said, Fremont.
Fremont's going to be good. They're well coached. Awadusa's got a great.
Awadusa was a surprise last year.
Yeah, they got a good young core of some sophomores this year that could really go. They lose some seniors,
right?
But I mean, they have a really good young coach. So Coach Silguero does a hell of a job with those guys too.
Right.
Then we got Ben Bolt. They're going to be tough. They got some athletes over there, and then La Villa was kind of down last year, but I mean, just 2 years ago they were
I remember that.
They were co-district champs.
Right.
So it's just anything can happen at any time. So, I mean, we don't take any game for granted in our district. It can go either way anytime. And even with Freer, I think every game that we've played them since I've gotten there has been a 1-run, 2-run ball game.
And Rivera also, Marcus, has a real rich history of making a state tournament, right?
Yeah, we got 3 state champions.
3 state champions.
Yeah.
So, and that's way down south.
And it wasn't long ago. It was maybe, 3-4 years ago, you guys were in top 10 in the state, right?
I think that's 2019. 2019 is when they made a good run.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So who do you have coming back this year? Your top players, your returnees are gonna, and then who's got to step up for you? For the guys you lost.
Mm-hmm. We're gonna have to find a catcher. That's gonna be tough to replace Colson. I mean, he batted over 400 throughout the year. I mean, he could swing it for power, lefty, kind of controlled the game. So we're gonna have to replace him. Bringing back the newcomer of the year, Seth Gutierrez. He's a really good athlete. He can swing it well, lead off batter, play shortstop when he's not pitching. I have Hervé Ramos. He was the first team pitcher He'll pitch, play second base. I bring back 6 starters from last year's team. So I have Matthew Mascoro, who plays first base. He swings it well, swings it from the left side, can pick it well. We bring back 3 seniors in the outfield, so that helps because we have a fast outfield that can track the ball, which kind of helps us a lot when they hit the ball. I trust that they're going to come down with it.
And who do you have that's coming up, maybe freshman or sophomore that's going to have to step up for?
Yeah, so I got a couple guys that played JV last year, and we were fortunate enough that we have a good JV squad last year that won the district title in JV.
Nice.
So I got some guys like Liam Hinojosa, who's another one that swings left-handed. He'll find himself somewhere in the lineup. He's gonna have to swing it. Then I got a freshman that we got from Victoria. His name's Tristan Cumberland. We're trying him out at catcher right now.
Nice.
Big. I had him in football. He was our center, so he's got good size to him. He's just got to be consistent and putting the ball in play, and he's got some good power. So if we can get him going, I think we'll be fine.
19 is when Castillo was there, right?
Yes, Gabe Castillo.
He was a real good
yeah.
pitcher.
We face him in our alumni game, and it's we face him. And then
so you're originally from here?
No, I'm originally from Harlingen.
Oh, so what brought you from the Valley over here?
I went to school at Temuc, and then from Temuc, I needed a job, so I had a buddy, Ryan Guerrero. He's now
coach at San Diego, right?
Yeah, he's the coach at San Diego. Now he's the head coach.
I was wondering who's the coach.
He's the head coach at Edna.
See, that's why I was like, man, who's the coach at San Diego? I couldn't get a hold of him. Who's that?
Ryan Lozano.
Yeah, Ryan Lozano. Yeah. I don't know heard of him. I don't know where he's from.
Yeah, because I was trying to get a hold of the San Diego coach, and I was like, and Guerrero, I messaged him, but he never answered. So I was like, man, I wonder who's the coach now.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah. So I was real good friends with him through college. So he's like, hey, we got a spot open right here in our baseball program. And I mean, I didn't hesitate. I needed a job coming out of college, so jumped on that. And then when Davila got the job at HM, we're related. He's my cousin. So, So he's like, hey, I got an assistant job. He made my first assistant. So it was a step up, and I lived in Kingsville.
Nice.
So that drive from San Diego was taking a toll, you know.
Yeah.
So being able to work down the road, it helped. And then when...
Well, you're not too far still now.
Yeah. So when the head job opened in Rivera, I applied and got it right off the bat. So I'm thankful for the opportunity, and it's been awesome. I mean, the whole culture and everybody in Rivera wants the baseball.
Right?
It's a baseball.
I've always known Rivera baseball all the time. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So it comes with high expectations, but I mean, if you show that you're working, they will love you to death. Man.
Yeah, and y'all got a little nice complex. I saw that.
Mm-hmm.
And so, do y'all get kids from Ricardo?
That's what I was telling Coach Buendia here. I mean, it's tough because they have the choice from Bishop, HM, Santa Gertrudis, and us.
Oh, wow.
So those are all powerhouses if you think about it in the baseball in the baseball realm. You know, Bishop makes their runs, SG makes their runs, and then HM has their
they've been kind of down, right?
But they got the facilities.
Right.
You walk into the domes and you see what it looks like, and you're like, yeah, I could come here. You know. So
well, they got. Coach, what's his name? The AD now.
Garcia. He does a good job. He does a great job. He saw what he did in football, and you could tell that he's on the right track with those guys, man. So
good stuff.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Cool, Marcus.
Well, Coach, you've been patiently waiting.
Hey, it's okay. It's good stuff.
I've learned.
Hey, it's like it don't matter, man. You can talk out, but hey, you got to play the game.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Yeah.
Well, Coach, tell us about the season last year. And then same thing, who's coming back, who you lost, where you have to fill guys, who has to step up. Just give us a rundown on that.
Well, last year we had a really good season as far as district-wise, and we were the district champions last year. I think we were 9-1, I believe. The year before that, we were 7-3 or something like that, where we were real close to winning the championship then too. And we just couldn't get it done. But last year, what happened last year was we were on a mission. We knew what we needed to do, and early on we told those kids, we're going to challenge you. We're going to put you against these tough teams. We're going to put you in tough tournaments, and we did that. And we knew that we were going to take our lumps early, and we understood that.
Right.
But I think that helped us last year in district wise. and we made the again, we're district champions. First round, we beat Hebronville, with a 4th place team in that district. That little Big Ten, I think they call them.
Yeah, one of those.
It's they're good. So the 4th place team there is really good, and we were able to come back and beat them in the by district round. And
that was in Calallen, right?
On the Calallen.
That was a good game. That was a great game.
We came back and I don't even remember the score. I think it was 3-2. I think something like that.
Yeah.
And on a walk-off.
And y'all were down to your last out, right?
We're down. I think it was 1 out. I think.
Oh, 1 out. Okay.
Yeah, with runners on first and second, and our kid with which are gonna actually all 3 of those. There were the 2 kids, the seniors that were there, and one they hit the game winner. He's gone. Ozuna, he's gone. We're gonna miss him, and then the Suarez, we'll miss Suarez too. They was a big part of the program the last 4 years. Both those guys. But after that we decided to go one gamer against Honda. We knew he had a good pitcher also.
Oh yeah.
But we just felt that our best shot, and because our pitching was we had some good little pitchers. We just felt that at that time, we can probably go one game and go from there.
Right. You never know what happens in one game.
Yeah, and we did that, and we lost 1-0, and
wow.
And I think they scored in the I think it was the top of the bottom of the 6th, something like that. I forgot what it was.
Wow.
And won
so y'all were close to making the 3rd round.
Yeah, and we had race loaded that game, and with 1 out, and our cleanup hitter, the 4-hole, Orlando Alvarado, who's be back this year, and he just he didn't get it done, and that's just the way it is. Baseball.
Yeah, right.
And our next guy, who was a senior, just when we didn't get it done.
Yeah.
It's one of the things where the coach, you think about it, it's like maybe because he's one of our best bunters too.
Right.
And we have a competition and practices. We bunt competitions, and he's always winning them. And the thought had gone to my mind, I bunt him, and that's just baseball. It is. It's And it's something that will eat me up for a long time.
Right. You second guess yourself. Yeah.
And especially those 1-1 games, But I think that. And I think we would have to get at least a shot at competing with London that year. And,
right.
And then this year, we're going to be we're going to lose. We lost 5 guys. We lost Efren Ozuna. We lost Suarez. We lost our catcher, Gary Alvarado from last year. We lost who else? We lost our shortstop, Jay Martinez, who was a staple there in the middle. And then we lost another kid. We lost our 3rd baseman too, Steven Rivera, with another arm there. So he basically lose 3 arms right there, and seniors, and they're taking up a lot of innings in the last couple of years.
Yeah.
And so I think for us, it's going to be about trying to find those pitchers right away. Right. And last year, what we did we threw a lot of kids last year. We threw a whole bunch. So these kids have thrown some, but we don't have that stud, what you call a stud guy. That's going to strike out 100 kids or whatever it is.
Right.
And we're gonna have to pitch. We're gonna have to know how to pitch and
play defense
and play good defense.
Right.
So we're gonna have to be.
So you're young this year.
Yeah, we're gonna be young in some respects, and in other respects, we have 5 guys that come back that'll probably play.
Okay.
We got our outfielders, 2 outfielders. Hunter Montemayor, who played mostly right and center last year for us, and we have Matthew Buendia, who played outfield for us too. One of our fastest kids. We have Orlando Alvarado, who'll be back at first, and we have Trey Garcia, who played second. Probably have to go to shortstop also when he's not pitching.
Right.
We have Gilbert Hinojosa, who is a junior, and will has seen time on the mound before, so that's a kid that.
So you're gonna have to fill yourself out the first.
Yeah, we're gonna have to figure out something out in
non-district play tournaments.
Exactly, and that's what it's for, and that's what we did last year. And we had to find a catcher. We have a kid that did some catching last year, and his freshman year a little bit, but mostly DH. A lot of district time which was Andrew Martinez. So I'm hoping that he can. He's a junior now. He's a lot stronger now, and and these kids play baseball too, and we got some
Right.
young ones that are coming up. I think got 2 freshmen that I think that might be able to help us out. And I think early on it's gonna, we're gonna have to find out if they can help us early. And
Right. How about y'all's receiver? Is he playing? That Enrique kid?
Enrique kid, no, Enrique played as a freshman, and he was pretty good actually. But he decided to make the choice between baseball and track. That's some luck. You know what? If you only want to run for us, that's fine.
Yeah.
But he's like, no, let me just, I'm gonna do track. And I said, that's fine. You know what? That's great. 'Cause, hey, when he went to state last year, so in the track, so hey, and that's the thing. We got a lot of kids too that do track and baseball. So so we don't run that much in practices because they do that already.
Yeah,
They're already in shape.
That's a good thing about
multi-sport, right? Yeah.
How tough is the district shaping it to be? It's because in y'all's district, it's y'all. Is it Mathis, Rances Pass, Goliad?
All those, we got Mathis, returning a lot of those freshmen from last year. They're good competitors and they play baseball a lot, and so they're going to be really tough. Goliad has two good arms. They got Rosenquist and the other kid. I can't remember off the top of my head, but they got some good. They got a transfer coming, I think, from somewhere too. Also that's there now too. So they're going to be really tough. And Odom has some
Odom.
kids, some transfer kids that are going to be tough. The kid from Sidon last year that now it's an Odom and he'll probably be there. Probably starting center fielder. I'm assuming play football and they got kids that transferred from Caladon to TM, and so it's a tough district to compete in. And you got George West.
George West had a good season last year.
They had a good season, and last year I think they lost their 2 best pitchers. So they're going to be a little rebuilding in that, but they always seem to find kids,
I know Coach Wheeler real well. Coach Wheeler.
And in Rances Pass, never overlooked them guys because those guys hungry and they got a good coach out there, and so it's going to be a really tough as far as season for us. We're gonna have to find again our way and early on and hopefully compete and see where we can be at. In baseball, you never know, and that's the one thing we always tell these kids. In baseball, you never know.
You can compete with anybody, no matter how big or small you are, or physically, or So, in saying that, Coach, y'all are part of the small, community, small, we just had London here. They're kind of like the gold standard, like Marcus said. They've been to 3 straight state appearances. So you kind of like, man, we kind of want to follow their steps, right? Of course, they got a little bit of advantage because Corpus area, right? Yeah. But I mean, we've had Refugio made a run one year, to the regional final. Y'all been to a state, and I think with Gabe, y'all went to the regional final, right? 5th round. I know Ben Bolt's made some deep runs with Frank before, and then you got the Banquetes and SGA, and even the smaller schools tend to do real well, from the South Texas region. So, and like y'all too, y'all been in the playoffs. So, I think that the quality of baseball, not only in the 5A, 4 division, but 3A, 2A, 1A, I think it's like he said, like all the coaches are fraternity, and then the baseball teams, they kind of play similar, and these kids play a lot of baseball. They play in the summer, they play with select teams or pickup games, whatever, whatever the case is. But I mean, I think it's a total, area, right? That the teams are they're real consistent, down here. So.
Yeah, and in each of your coaching styles, what do you guys do to try to replicate the London success, right? To try to get to the state tournament. And in your coaching style, what do you really drive home with the kids? And then with you, Coach, as well, having won state championships as a player in high school. So what that's like. So what do each of you do to try to get that through to the players' heads?
Well, I think it's in a cliche, you play the game. Yeah. You don't play the opponent in baseball. If you play the game, they have to hit, you have to hit that little 5-inch little ball and try to get on base. No matter if you can hit it hard, you hit it hard at somebody, and you're not gonna get on base. Or you can just dribble it and beat out an infield hit. So you just never know with baseball. That's the beauty of the game, and that you never know. It doesn't matter about how tall you are or whatever. Not necessarily the fastest teams always always win. The hardest or never. You just never know with baseball, and that's the thing we got to we try to instill in our kids is when you get out there, you just got to compete. Every single pitch is a competition. Every single at bat is a competition. And you try to simulate that as much as you can in practices. You try to do the things that that make you successful. And then you try as a coach not to not to have your own little fears. Well, I don't think we can do this. Well, let's try it. Let's see what happens. Those kind of things. And like I said, I'll tell you, like last year, I was second guessing myself and those kind of things. And this year, I want to be able to, to be able to expand myself, And as a coach, you have to do that because if not, if you stay the same way, you do the same things over and over. Well, other coaches know that they don't like to do this. They like to do this.
Right. They pick up on it.
And they will. And I think I've learned over the years. I've had some good assistants over the years. And this year I have a new assistant coming in this year again, and hopefully with him he'll allow me to expand and get and grow also. And you have different kids. You never know.
And that's another thing. A lot of the kids here have a high baseball IQ.
Yeah.
We were talking about it too yesterday, man. There's a bunch of those kids that just they have it. Makes your job easier. You know what I'm saying? So whenever you got one or two of those kids on the team, you're like, man, I don't even got to coach him up. He's ready. He's he's good. So
you got to know they have to know their roles too.
Yeah, for sure.
And then I got a kid, the senior this year. When he had been like a base runner kind of deal. Fernando Flores has been he can steal bases. If I can get him on base, I know he can steal the base. So I use him a lot as a courtesy runner because I felt that we could use them or pinch runner in certain situations, things like that, and so those kids, so you try to get those kids out to play. Give me kids to play. I don't care if you're a senior, you want to play. Hey, let's get you out there. All right, but understand you may have a role. Your role may only be used once a game or once every other game. We never know. But you're gonna have to again understand that role. If you can understand that role, and you're okay with it, then you can be part of this team.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. I think for us, for the smaller schools, you gotta have to have kids, and then you got to
find kids too.
Find kids. You got to find kids, and then you got to coach them up and understand that their roles are. And if you can do that, I think that'll help you out. And if I can get Enrique to come out here and today run bases just for me, or just whenever I need you, go to you're gonna be at first base and anything in the outfield probably gonna score you or something. Something like that. You just never know. So that's the thing that's I think as a coach and being there. In '99 we had a softball team, and we go to the regional final. We never had been there before. Only the second team in South Texas had done that, and we're playing a team that had gone to the state tournament the 2 years before that. Prior to that, and how you prepare for that is just play the game. 20 out of the 21 outs we had were on the field. We had one. As a pitching staff, we only had one strikeout that game.
Wow!
But 20 of them were on
put
the
in
field.
play.
So put it in play, make them hit your pitch, and it happened, and you just never know.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, Coach, you got anything else, Coach Amaya?
I mean, for me, I'm always going to hang my hat on pitching and defense. I feel like if you can play defense and throw strikes, you're ready to give yourself a chance. Manufacturing runs, I feel like that comes down to the coach. If you can put them in situations, move a runner over here, or get a timely hit there, I mean, that's going to put you in situations to be successful. So that's kind of one of the things that I always key on is we do a lot of bullpens, and I want at least 80-90% strikes. I don't need guys to blow it by you. I just put it in play, and we'll have 8 guys behind you just playing good defense. And that's one thing that I always hang my hat on.
And at that level too,
Yeah, definitely.
If you do that, you're successful.
Yeah, exactly.
Right,
you'll put yourself in successful situations. Yeah. And one of the things that I learned from my first year is we practice 1-run ball games all the time. My first year, I think we lost like 7 to 8 1-run games, and it's just killers. And like in district too, I think both
always hurt.
Both Fremont games that we lost were 1-run. Both La Villa games were 1-run, and those 3 tied for the district championship. So we turned those around. Then we're in there right there with the district championship as well. So it's just learning how to win. When your back's against the wall and you need 1 run, how are you gonna go get it? So we do situations a lot in practice where we can be doing like a defensive scenario, and I'll just stop it and all right, here we go. We got to run out second. We got 1 out. How are we gonna score? and we'll put a pitcher on the mound. We'll put like maybe 7, 8, 9 up to bat. We'll put a 6-hole at second base. We got 1 out. How are we gonna do it? So we replicate that so much, and I feel like that helped us turn around because we practice those tight situations. So that way, when we face them in the real game, we've already been accustomed to it.
Nice.
Yes, sir.
Good. Yeah,
Nice.
that's great. Love
Good
hearing
stuff,
those
man.
things.
Yeah, no. I mean, yeah, it's that's I invited everybody this year. I mean, like I said, I try to include the smaller classifications as well. But y'all do a good job as well, and y'all got more on y'all's plate.
Yeah.
But now we appreciate y'all coming out. This is something that we were talking about doing, and just to get the season going. I know it's next Friday already.
Yes,
Y'all are got to hit the ground running.
Definitely.
Yeah, last thing. What tournaments are you guys going to?
Well, we have our tournament the first week, and the second week we are in the Rockport tournament.
Okay.
Is that the Battle of the Bay?
The Battle of the Bay.
Okay, it's Ingleside.
I think it's
Yeah.
like in 5 different schools.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah. Port Aransas Pass. Yeah.
In Ingleside, in Rockport. So, 4 schools. And,
Yep.
then we're going to Goliad.
Oh wow.
Okay.
So, last year we went to the Myras and we went 0-4 or 5 or whatever it was, but it was a really good tournament and we really competed.
Yeah.
For the most part. But this year we decided, let's go to another tournament, and which again is a good competition there. You got these guys there that won it last year also.
Yeah.
So and we've done it before. We played it before, and so I think that'll be good for us too.
Nice.
Yes.
So host one, right?
So for us, we the first week we host, and then we go to the Battle of the Base as well, and then that's all we go to. I got a couple games in the Valley, and then we start district right away.
Nice.
Okay.
So
Nice. Well, we want to wish y'all the best of luck. Thank y'all for coming out. Like I said, y'all need anything, shoot us a message. Marcus takes care of the Instagram. I do the Facebook, Twitter. He also does the Twitter. Any kids too that need any help, with colleges, want to play next level. I got a few contacts. There's that Texas Post grad, Coach Pettis.
Yes, yeah.
Does a great job. I think he said he's had a 70% that come into the program and then they commit. So his program's real legit, where they give the guys a chance that, want to play at the next level, but no one offered or didn't sign nowhere, right? But he gives them a chance. They go play the fall ball, and then by the spring, they're signed. So
Yep. And he loves guys from down here.
yeah, he mentioned that a couple of times. But no, we thank y'all for coming out. We wish y'all the best of luck on the season, and we'll be following.
Yes, sir.
If y'all need anything,
Thank you guys, man, really for doing this. Cause
and if I forget something like on a tag or something, let us know. We'll get y'all out there. Sometimes it's hard to get some scores. I try to update as many scores as I can. Sometimes I get sidetracked, but man, let us know. And it's kind of tough to keep up with y'all's district sometimes.
Yeah,
they don't report scores and stuff like that. So I'm like, who on here? What's this? So. But now, let us know, and we appreciate y'all coming out.
And you were saying something, Coach, just a second ago.
Mark?
No, just thank you guys for the for the exposure for the programs, the kids and things like that, because it's nowadays it's about exposure.
The social media is crazy.
It is, and they're doing the positive way, and that's a good thing. And thank you guys again for all that y'all doing for baseball.
Yes, sir.
Especially South Texas baseball.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
It's greatly appreciated. It doesn't go unnoticed.
Yes, sir. You got it, man. Thank y'all, and appreciate y'all coming out.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Thank y'all, man.
Seeing you guys. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Y'all be careful.
Thank you. Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Forget my ornament.